Hello, everybody. Raptors Digest here. Ben Rogers here to give the recap on the Raptors' 126-113 win against the Phoenix Suns. Ryker, this is a great game.
Great game. Weird one if you were a Phoenix Suns fan. However,
Yeah.
good game if you're a Raptors, despite the turnovers, which had me a little bit worried. But I mean, I guess we can get into that. So, what'd you see, players-wise, plays-wise, that you liked about the game?
Well, the Raptors started off great. From the beginning of the game to the end, they just didn't give the Suns a chance. There was never a point in this game where you were really worried about taking a loss to the Suns in this one.
I mean, okay, well, you're taking a little bit of credit away from the Suns and Jay Triano. I didn't even know, funny enough, that Jay Triano was the head coach of the Phoenix Suns. Shout out to Canadian basketball.
Yeah.
I'm sure that all Canadian fans are familiar with the work that he's put in for the Canadian national team. He's also an incredible player back in his day. I think Leo said himself that he's one of the best shooters that Canada's ever seen. So shout out to Jay Triano.
And former Raptors coach as well.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he was the coach before Dwayne Casey.
Oh, really? The immediate coach before him?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I need to brush up on my Raptors knowledge. That's doesn't bode well for me. But yeah, no, I mean, they sort of, I mean, they went on a run in the fourth quarter, but I think you're definitely right that the Raptors handled the Suns from start to finish, and it was in part due to Lowry, his incredible hot start, and OG making literally every open shot this game. Do you have any thoughts on like what might have been the reason for that?
Well, OG's just shooting the ball with more and more confidence every game. It's, the numbers kind of go up and down as they do for a rookie, but I just love his confidence, especially for a guy that was plagued as being a guy that's very raw coming into the league. But his jump shot looks great. He drives the ball really well, and as he gets more and more healthy coming back from the ACL injury, he's just going to get better and better.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we have this guy who was pegged as a top 10 draft pick and then dropped substantially because of an ACL injury. They thought he wouldn't be out or back until at least after the All-Star break, and he comes in 5-10 games into the season and plays as if he never had any setback in his entire life. And he's knocking down shots with confidence. He's doing all the right things on defense. It's incredible to watch him play.
Yeah, this was an all-around game for the Raptors, though. We had 7 guys in double figures. Serge Ibaka was really great tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you have a bit of an issue with Serge Ibaka seeming just old and slow, but I guess now that he's rested, you've seen some things that you liked. And you know what I liked? He didn't start with shooting from the three. He worked his way. He worked inside out. And some of the fans, I think, have a problem with me having issue with the amount of three-point shooting that the Raptors do, which I find kind of funny because, I mean, I think that we're just a really good team when we have a lot of ball movement, when we shoot that mid-range shot, and then if it's open, we take the three. But I think my point that I try to get across is that when we settle for three-point shots as opposed to what we're really good at, which is getting that drive and kick offense, I think we're just taking away like sort of the best part of what we can do as a unit. And that didn't happen today. We did exactly what we should do, which is kind of start on the inside and then work our way out and make shots.
Yeah, I get your point on the settling for threes. It's not good when we just take bad shots from behind the line, but I do like our more up the numbers of the amount of threes we've been taking this year, because that's the way the league's going. And we saw the Cavs do it to us the past couple of years in the playoffs, just kill us on the 3-point line. We couldn't match it, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a very beneficial, us shooting more threes and having more shooters out there in the long run. But I agree, it's bad for us to settle for jump shots. And guys like Serge and even DeMar, when they hit their shots inside, right, then they can take a step back and shoot the long ranges.
Now the 3-point shooting today was phenomenal, though. We had, like we said, OG Anunoby was splish splash from out behind the arc. Lowry with a 3-for-4 start in the first quarter, and then he just kept the ball rolling. He couldn't miss. He also had Tyler Ulis on him, which apparently is a very small guy, because I think Lowry's only 6 foot, and Ulis was just looking like a baby on the court guarding him.
Yeah, Tyler Ulis is 5'10".
Wow.
160.
Oh my goodness. Wow,
yeah,
just a young boy in the league.
Yo, just a quick side note. Watch Tyler Ulis' high school mixtape. It's really good. Right.
We'll have to.
For all the fans out there.
We'll definitely have to give it a look.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we can jump over into a little segue here, guided by nothing, but we're gonna jump into the segments. I'm excited about these ones because there was some really interesting plays. Like I said, very questionable on behalf of the Phoenix Suns. Their youth was evident. The young age of their team was very evident this game, and just sort of their antics on the court.
And coming off a very tough, hard-fought game against Philadelphia last night, Devin Booker put in 46. So it's obvious that the Suns just didn't have their legs tonight, and it showed, especially with a ready Toronto team.
Well, speaking of Devin Booker, thoughts and prayers, I guess, out to him. Just, you hate to see he did go down late fourth quarter with an apparent groin injury.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, he's obviously one of the best young talents in the league, one of the purest shooters or scorers, can really do it all. So we hope that, he doesn't have anything that's too serious and he can jump back really quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Thoughts out to Devin Booker. But I think we're going to go into the OGs play of the game, Ryker. You have
OGs play of the game. I sent a tweet out. If you guys were checking the Twitter, if you weren't, Jakob got danced.
Check it out next game.
He got put on skates, and I think his ankles will never be the same. Josh Jackson just played him out at the 3-point line, and I almost thought that I was going to make the comment, Jakob is really defending the perimeter well, and then he got sent to the ground. He went butt to the ground, and I was just, oh no, Jakob, you tried so hard. So the OGs play of the day.
And to make it worse, Alex Len finished that playoff with a huge slam. So that's a couple times this year Jakob's got his ankles broken.
Well, you know what? He had a good game all around, though.
For sure.
He made up for it with a Euro step that sent Alex Len back to.
Yeah, he was looking like DeLon Wright out there with that Euro step.
Well, he was looking like James Harden with the Euro step.
DeLon Wright's got the best Euro step in the league. Hot take.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Play of the game, though. Yeah. What are we feeling?
Play of the game? Well, Serge Ibaka, we mentioned it before. When he's rested, he looks so much better than he does when, off back-to-backs or just when the Raptors have a grueling schedule. He really takes advantage of the extra rest, and that was evident through tonight's play of the game, where Serge Ibaka just had one of the nastiest blocks I ever seen in my life. He winded back the clock. A Suns player just took it in, and Serge just swatted it out.
Off the glass. I think he nearly broke the backboard in the intensity that he threw the ball against it. It was something to behold. Yeah,
Serge is... I don't know. That's a good sign, though, for the playoffs, because during the playoffs, everyone's well-rested because you get a couple nights between every game. So hopefully he'll obviously have his ups and downs during the regular season, but hopefully he brings this energy when it really counts.
Yeah, I'm sure that the Raptors players will give him the Michael Jordan special water.
Secret stuff.
The secret stuff. if he's not acting 100% during playoff time.
Yeah, all right, for sure.
Last segment. The infamous, the one and only, DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award for worst performance of the game. It's not a Raptors player this time. It is the very questionable play of T.J. Warren. Just really all around the place. Lowry doing as Lowry does, taking the charge, but on T.J. Warren twice. You think he'd have more spatial awareness that Lowry's going to be getting in his way, and then he gets 2 T's and gets tossed from the game. Maybe it was the weird Band-Aid over his eye. Maybe he was just having a bad day. I don't know. But he got kicked from the game. It was embarrassing to watch. He gets the DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award. Yeah.
Minus 15 for TJ Warren.
Oh my gosh.
In this game. So, yeah. But overall from this game, just a really fun, really good to see the Raptors crush the Suns. Not let them in it, especially where we got swept by them last year in the season series. So...
From the
everyone
Suns.
Was great.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Fred had another great game. CJ Miles was hitting his threes.
Yeah. Yeah, he was shooting the ball pretty well.
And we didn't even talk about DeMar. DeMar another steady game. 7 from 7 from the field, but 20 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds from DeMar.
Oh, I'd love to see DeMar dishing the ball. Because
Yeah.
it's what he wants to do, and it just makes the Raptors so much better to watch when they're not relying on ISO play.
Yeah. When he's looking for a shot, he's aggressive for a shot, but he's not forcing it. And because teams are going to double DeMar, right? He's that good of a player.
Yep.
And when he can look for the open man and swing that ball, we're a very dangerous team.
And you know what? It's even better this season because it seems like when DeMar, or if DeMar gets double teamed, that the other players are more comfortable in taking shots. Whereas playoffs last year, it seemed like we were really relying on DeMar, and if DeMar couldn't get a shot, then oh no, like what are the Raptors gonna do? But Lowry is stepping up his offense. Serge Ibaka is making sure that he's trying different kinds of shots from the floor, so that no matter where he is and what the defense is giving him, he's sort of becoming more comfortable with that. I mean, I think we have the potential to make a very good run in the playoffs.
Well, as you said, last season, we had guys like DeMar Carroll and Patrick Patterson, and even Corey Joseph at times, who just couldn't hit a shot, right? If they were out there, it was 4-on-5, or if two of them were out there, it'd be 3-on-5 on offense, right? And, we love those guys, but their inconsistencies just killed our team, and we replaced their minutes with guys like Fred and CJ Miles and even Norm and Siakam and Poeltl, like all these guys. Even though, they're not superstars or they can't get you an automatic score every time, but you trust them to take open shots, take the shots that they're going to shoot and to make them.
Well, they do two things, like all these players that you just referenced. One, they're all relentless attackers. So they put pressure on the defense that they can't be too close on them. And they also put pressure on the help defense in that they know if they blow by their man, they're looking to finish in the lane, right? So that's allowing the people that are stationary to finish the three-point shot more time for a release, more time to set up, which the Raptors are taking advantage of this season. The second thing is they all don't mind getting their hands dirty with offensive rebounding, so that's keeping the defenders on their toes as well. So I think that entire combination is just going to be very beneficial when playoff time comes, because that's really, in the end, what wins games in the playoffs, and it's who has the most heart, and I guess who makes the most shots. But like you need to have players that are really hustling out there.
Yep, man, it's good to see the Raptors beating these sub 500 teams. No bad losses so far this season, really.
Nope. And we have four more sub 500 coming up. Hopefully we'll handle them. I don't expect that we'll have too many problems, but yeah. I don't expect, given the way that the Raptors have been playing, I'm thinking we're gonna have 4 more really happy podcasts.
Hopefully. Well, Ryker, that's it from us, everybody out there. Thanks for listening to Raptors podcast. Great win for the Raptors. We'll be back with the next one.
Later.